Well, I'm Todd Cotta, and this is, it's a combination of Rebel Radio and King's Gun Center TV, and I want to talk to you today just a little bit. In the last 10, 12 days, there's been 4 mass shootings in America, and mass shootings are terrible, absolutely terrible. But what I want to talk to you about, and these are the 4 mass shootings. Started off with Sacramento. It was at 2 o'clock in the morning, clubs were closing. Second one, Brooklyn, subway, fire bombs, a bunch of people got shot, just a couple killed, several injured. Then you fast forward to North Carolina, Columbia, where there was a mall shooting. Nobody died there, but about 14 people hurt. I thought that was pretty bad, and I was getting ready to make this video, and then I looked at my feed again today, and now in Pittsburgh, a juvenile party with a bunch of minors at 12:30 at night, renting an Airbnb, turned into a massive shooting. I want to talk about the similarities and differences between these shootings. And there's some glaring similarities, and some I'm going to touch on, some I don't need to touch on. One was in the streets of Sacramento, and the other one was in the subway of Brooklyn. And then he had one in a shopping center, and then finally one at a Airbnb party. 2 were at night, 2 were in the daytime. Both of the night ones, one was at a nightclub area of Sacramento. The one in Pittsburgh was an Airbnb party with, let's say, I see a bunch of juveniles. It looks like that they rented the Airbnb and then didn't tell them what they were going to do, and over 200 people showed up in Pittsburgh, and then it just turned into a melee and everybody started shooting. One thing that is the similarities between all of these is crimes were violated. Many of them were restricted people that could not own firearms. Many of the firearms were illegally purchased. All of them appears to be handguns, and there was an automatic gun, which is a big felony in California, in the Sacramento case. In each of these gun shootings, many laws were broken that are already on the books. Creating more laws isn't going to stop these things. Not going to stop them at all. Creating more laws are only going to punish legal gun owners. Creating more laws is only going to make it more difficult for law-abiding Americans, good, God-fearing Americans, to protect themselves and their families. There were gun laws already in place before all this stuff happened. There are reports now of the Brooklyn shooter having mental health issues, very bad mental health issues, and having threats on his social media accounts towards white people. Of all these cases, laws were in place to protect, but yet they were broken because criminals will walk through laws. Criminals don't pay attention to laws. So if you take the guns away from the law-abiding citizens, what's to stop the criminals from continuing to harass and hurt good law-abiding people? Finally, what is going on with our nation? Why do people have no regard for other people's lives? Why has it seemed to have now gone to a new all-time low when it comes to the way people treat each other? In a kind of a macro sense, that Airbnb thing in Pittsburgh, do you not have any respect for personal property of another? Airbnb is supposed to be a wonderful thing where people can share their homes with other people to enjoy their cities or their communities or their mountains or wherever they're at. Not for some people to willfully destroy it with no regard for the owner of the property. If your child was in that Pittsburgh house and they are under 18 years old, why were they out past midnight? Why were they not at home? Why were you not watching your kids? If your kid got hurt, I am so very, very sorry, but ultimately it's your fault. for not keeping your kids close at home. On a Saturday night, when my kids were 13, 14 years old, I knew exactly where they were, and they were not at parties. They were at home with me. Yeah, that might seem harsh for some parents, but that keeps your kids alive. Parenting has really, really fallen off. Parenting has it's just terrible. The modern family is destroying our kids, and it's destroying our nation because it's bad to stay married now. You're a pariah if you love your wife. We can't have that, can we? No. Back when we had whole families and mom and dad at home, and we had rules, and we respected each other, we had a really good nation. But now when the kids run the homes, and parents have no more control, and kids don't respect their parents, this is what we get. The New York City mayor, the new one, said we have a mental health problem that is out of control. Exactly. It's not a gun problem. I've never had a gun shoot me that I'm carrying or in my gun range. I've never had anything happen to a gun that a human didn't do first. So, guys, let's start respecting each other. Let's start teaching our kids the right way. Let's keep our families together. Let's don't continue down this road of destroying our country by, I don't know. The mental health system is terrible, but it's worse than it's ever been, too. Is it the chemicals in our foods? Is it the medication we're taking? Is it the government? I'm not sure. There's more kids on medication than ever before, but yet it's making it worse. Pharmaceutical companies love it. They'd love it. As far as they know, they can keep on giving our kids pills and giving us pills. And I don't believe that our country is better off for it. Protect your families, guys. Just make sure that you love your kids and teach them the right way. And don't let them just go berserko like we've seen in Sacramento, or the teenagers in Pittsburgh, the radical guy down in Brooklyn in the subway, and then the ones that went into a mall and started shooting. There's something going on in this country, and I can't put my finger on it yet, but the government is stirring the pot when it comes to race relations, and I think this might be the result of it. And it's going over the top. Guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe below, and I hope we can get past all this, and we don't blame an inert object, but we blame the people who enabled these people and the people who created this monster called our mental health problem in this country. Not an inert object that just happens to shoot projectiles. Thank you for watching.